Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 let the light shine through. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back in. If it's your first time here, welcome. Let's have a great Wednesday. Let's finish this week strong today, tomorrow, and Friday. First full week of the year. If you got any questions, always send them in the chat. Hopefully, you could hear me today. I know on Monday we had some tech issues and we just shut it down quick because I don't know what was happening. There's tech issues on Friday, half a day, and then it bled over into Monday. But we're back. We had a nice 2 trading sessions, Monday, Tuesday, green on the week, both days. A little bit more of a battle yesterday, but just 2 trades. So we'll definitely go into those and Friday's trade because I think there's great lessons in all of them. But first, we take a look at today. News today, we had nothing really, just something at 8:15. We have PMI at 10 o'clock. So 30 minutes after the opening, as well as Jolt's job openings. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's take a first look at the 15-minute. We're looking at the one right now. Definitely all sellers overnight, just nothing but a little bit slow grind lower. Now we're back at this overnight view up. There's a potential short on the table. You can mark it up and see if sellers can end up winning this battle of winning this overnight view up. Stop loss, you want to give it some space for sure to try to hold. I mean, real quick, we could look at yesterday. You're going to need the overnight view up on that. So let's do that. Put on an overnight view up yesterday. There was potential shorts here, pre-market, right? As it came up to there, let's say you short it. If you have a tight stop loss anywhere in here, you're getting swept, and then it comes not lower, right? This heads into the open, but my suggestion would be any trade you take pre-market, you got to be out before the open. Treat it as 2 different sessions because the volatility is going to come in. If it moves lower, you're going to look like a genius, but when it moves just right back up at the open, you're like, why did I hold through to that? Dang. So this is just yesterday. It comes back down at 9:15, 9:20. You're probably just cutting it for nothing. So same thing today. We're at this overnight view up. Could you be sure right now? Sure. ES here, not below its overnight. So that's why I also don't love the NQ one. Because same idea, sellers try to defend it. You can maybe scalp some money out of that to the downside on either one of these, but buyers kind of taking back that control, which just feeds into damn. Yeah, there you go. So not really looking like a hold anymore, right? Sellers definitely could make a stab there as it's just lower highs since overnight. Now maybe I'm too stubborn with it and it could have worked. I mean, I'm not really eager to jump into it pre-market, but I just see, well, this could just be a higher low because we're just so bullish. You know what I mean? So like rather than chasing shorts, any move down, I'm always hesitant to just jump in and ask for more, ask for more. So now this could just be higher lows setting in. Higher low, here's the higher highs because we're bullish, right? So it really takes me a lot to convince me of shorts. Because I mean, just look at so far this week, Monday into today. Was it bearish overnight? Sure. I don't really care about the overnight. It's been higher high, pull back higher low, higher high yesterday, pull back today, maybe the higher low. And if we can go get the higher high, it's like, why, where, what, why did I short it? So I'm just picky on the shorts. Sometimes too much, but on a morning like this, it'll save me. So you see NQ probably going to also take its overnight view up with ES catching that much steam. Does that make sense? London, are we breaking 7,000 on ES? I mean, we're 11 points away. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. We're like probably within what, 50, less than that points from all time high? Oh, way less than that. This is the daily chart on ES. If you put on like yeah, 7,015 is the all time high. So we're 25 points away. One nice, healthy, bullish bar today. We'll be at all time highs in the first week of January, first week of the new year. NQ, however, a little bit lagging. You can see here on its daily chart, quite a ways to go. Still making these lower highs on top, but still making obvious clean higher lows on the bottom. So again, at any moment, buyers could step in and try to get us up to all-time high, but yes, definitely leading the pack there. So that's today. That's this morning. Not jumping into a short. I don't even really want to jump into a long either, unless you're maybe on NQ. You can get it closer to this overnight view up. I want my prices close to there. If you haven't, definitely go through Futures 2.0 this week, especially over the weekend. It's my full view up strategy. It's all free right now on AceFX TV. Just click the link in my bio or go to AceFX TV and use code FIRST. You can study this entire course. About 3-4 hours now. I did an update to it at the beginning of December. 27-minute chapter, 27-minute chapter, right? So the bounces, the break plays, the mid-range, everything's in here. So if you need it, go check that out, and you can tune into all the live streams with that as well. That's what we'll be jumping over today at 9:30 as always. Randy will be on, James will be on, Austin will be on, and then Zach should be back next week. He had a baby the first week of January, so taking some time off. right? But you'll see and understand why we're waiting for this setup, why we're avoiding this setup. So while we wait for that, let's bring over yesterday's trades. Let's first go back in time. Let's go to Friday. So this is last Friday, first trading session of the year. I talked about this on stream yesterday because it was the exact same trade. Then looking at that overnight, move higher, pull back a little bit pre-market, and even at the open, right on the 1 minute here at the open, it's been sellers short term. I don't care about shorts. We are not bearish yet. We're above this black overnight VWAP. So it's a nice level to find support, to find that next higher low be formed. Let's go make the next higher high. Exactly what we got. So you're trading at mid range with buyers taking back this New York VWAP in blue, right? Saying buyers are back in. Okay. After the 15-minute open range is set, stop loss at the bottom, take profit is at the top. On this day, it was pretty tight range, or not really. It's 67 points, just very volatile. So it went and broke that range pretty quickly. Okay, cool. There's the first break of open range, anyways, where you want to be out, given the strategy. So that was on Friday. Just simple trend continuation. And if you remember Friday, pretty sure it came back down after this. So it's about scalping your moves. We're at this VWAP. Let's trade it back up for the next leg. If it keeps going higher, we'll long it again. It didn't keep going higher. So there was one long opportunity. Actually, yeah, it did not go higher. It flipped. So let's go to that real quick because there is a good lesson in there for sure. Again, I think I made a YouTube video on that, so you can check that out down below as well. I think that came out yesterday. Let's go to Friday, shall we? Here it is. So if we rewind it to bring back our levels, this was the long. We just went over. Obviously, on the regular trading hours, you don't see that overnight view up there, but you're out at the open range high. Where the strategy calls to get out. So if you want to hold it longer, cool. You're no longer following the strategy. You don't deserve to make money when it comes back down and smacks you in the face. But then you pivot. You get new information, a new low of day. Now below every VWAP, right? Because overnight VWAP was there, right? Don't just chase the move lower. Wait for a pullback close to New York VWAP. This black one here from the open. It pulls back. There's the lower high. What happens next? The next lower low. Right, so the money was to be made long and short, but both from the VWAP. Not just chasing it in no man's land, not just holding it forever, not just jumping in midway down and trying to scalp those 3 lucky candles, right? Whatever, consistent. If I can find price at this VWAP, I want to be in. Right, even realistically, if you sold it here on the break of it, the move happens from there. So that was on Friday. Let's now go to Monday. This is yesterday or Monday? This is yesterday. This is Monday. Monday's trade, same idea. The open comes in bearish. Okay, but I'm not interested in shorts because I'm still above this black overnight view up just like Friday. So not enough information to want to be a seller. This could be the retest for longs to want to step back in. So we get our pin. Buyers take the New York VWAP. So they're back in control. Okay, now I want to long it. Back in line with the 15-minute trend. Back in line with every single VWAP. Let's go higher. Well, we just looked at it. If you remember on Friday, very quickly, 2 minutes, new high of day outside the open range, lots of buyers. What we're hoping for on this day when you buy it, right? So what you want, but it doesn't happen immediately. So that's why you have to have a good stop, consistent stop loss, bottom of range, take profit, top of range for an entry that's mid range. Those are the things we could do consistently. Decide where our stop loss and exits are. I don't know if this one's going to move just as quick as Friday. I'm hoping it does, but if it doesn't, I'm fine. I can still make money. I'm not going to bail on it here because my trade's not invalid just because we're in drawdown. These could still be higher lows, which they are. As long as we don't break this open range low, longs are alive. So keep me in. And then finally crawls a little bit higher. Okay, cool. I'm out. Following the trend, it took a little bit longer than I wanted to continue, but let's do it. Now, yesterday, let's go find the markup of my actual trade. Let's first go with the long. So this is the first long as we have buyers in control. Same idea, not immediately, pulls down at the open. So we're not just chasing shorts here because it's still above that black overnight VWAP. Back to back to back days, consistent setup at the open. So when you want to buy it, based off those other 2 markups, when buyers take back the New York VWAP here in blue, right? The only difference today, as I mentioned on the other markups, your exit wants to probably be first break of open range high. It's right there. It's not really the most appealing trade to try to go bag this, right? So I love to trade back into structure, back to the left if we're long in it, right? and we don't really have the room for it. So this is kind of chasing and needing and wanting a breakout, especially the first break of open range. That's why I just don't love it. So I didn't take that, but it is viable. I mean, it's off those two levels. When it bounces from there, you're not surprised. Maybe we missed it. I'm fine. We don't need that. Whatever. Then it pulls back to New York. So buyers slow it down a little bit. If this makes a higher low from here, would I be pissed that I don't long it? Because I know that the New York view up is where I want to be long. The 15 minutes clearly bullish. We're above this overnight. We're above today's New York. Trend is up. And I know I found my best bounce plays from this New York VWAP. So let me get in case we bounce because it looks like it wants to. We take the L. I don't love the stop loss being above this overnight VWAP because it doesn't really invalidate anything. That's on me for sure. That's a knock against it. I could have went wider. I could have waited or whatever. But many people were then bailing to the shorts because they lost. No, I don't like the shorts. I'm still sticking with the longs until we get a new low of day. That would be new information, a lower low. So don't chase the shorts here. Buyers get back above the overnight view up again. I'm going to give it the true two try rule. I tweeted about it yesterday. The two try rule just being I'm going to give my buyers two swings. If I'm wrong on both, then I'll lay off. Then I'll pause. I'll reassess, see if I'm in the right headspace. Am I seeing things clearly? What is happening? But let me try it twice, right? Just because I lost a long doesn't mean longs can't work. So let me try it twice. So we do. Now, same thing. Stop loss at low of day. That if it were to break for a new low, I would know for sure. Hey, you're marrying these longs. They're not working. Stop trying to long it. All right, I will. But doesn't break it. I actually add in as it holds in for a couple minutes, confirming that we're not just slicing right back below that overnight view up and sellers are taking control. And then a lot of people bailed when it was just chopping, saying, "Oh my God, we can't get above New York. Oh my, I don't like this. I don't like this. We can't get above the New York." You bought it below the New York view up. You have to expect it to be a little bit slow. Buyers aren't 100% back in, right? You're not in full view up alignment. So you can't just expect it to be lightning fast. It would be great, but you just can't expect it. And that's not a reason to bail because I still see from the open here a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. There's the higher high. We're still bullish on the day. Just because we're moving slowly doesn't mean I got to get out of my trade. I think I have a markup, hopefully, of the 15-minute. And here it is. On this 15-minute, looking on the left, when we're just holding this level, how could I not want to be long there? Right? That's normally where higher lows are formed. So I love my price. I love my stop loss. I'm still not wrong on the shorts. They're not just stepping in with speed. Let me hold through this. And good thing that I did because it eventually breaks higher and I make back the loss, actually plus some because of this small little add in, right? So up 440 on the day from down, I think 440, something like that. So this win was twice the size of the loss. Doesn't often happen. But hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully the stop loss, all that good stuff. And like I said, it's in Futures 2.0 playing off of these VWAPs. The stop losses are consistent, all that good stuff. Now the market we first had up, I think this one. This isn't my trade, but notice how less stressful this one is. Where I loaned it down here, right? Somewhere here. Let's just say right there. Overnight VWAP being held, but we're still below the blue New York. So it's just not the greatest, but I had conviction in the longs. I have to sit through all this chop, not the end of the world, but annoying. Where if you don't get in until buyers fully step back in and get above New York view up as well, slightly worse price, right, than my price down here. But notice how it's straight profit because now buyers are ready to move us higher. So you're getting in when buyers are ready to move us, right? So if you bought it on the break of New York, like the strategy calls for, you didn't sit through any chop or indecision or confusion or talking yourself out of the trade. It just went higher. So hopefully you ideally win on that. You don't pull early or anything, right? Where if you did buy it below, you have to have the patience to sit through, have the confidence to be like, we're not breaking above New York yet, but we're also not moving lower. So I am okay. I'm fine for now. Right. So that even just goes back to the point on you got to recognize you're going to be early. When it breaks New York view up, that's when buyers are ready to move us higher. So when I buy it below, I can't be too surprised that it's taking its time slowly, slowly, but it's still building higher lows. And then it takes New York, and that's when it goes to my profit. So if I buy it below New York without full alignment, I got to expect it to be a little slow, and I got a good stop loss. So It's kind of crazy. Last Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are all similar setups right at the open, where it's a pullback to the overnight, break of New York. And then we even had that this morning on yesterday. Just didn't capitalize on it. It's a little bit of a battle yesterday. Just two trades though, so not really, but clean, 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 clean. And yesterday was a weird day because stocks were moving lower. I know James was talking about that on stream, and I had that on one of my notes. I think of the trade here. Um, Shorts might eventually win. I was aware of that just because yeah, stocks are moving lower. That's pretty weird. Maybe marrying, yeah, maybe marrying long buys based off structure when stocks don't match because stocks were moving lower yesterday, especially Nvidia and Apple and things like that. So it was kind of odd. Like I don't know, I just love these longs. It's off the overnight. We're not in a bearish market, so like I gotta try the longs again. I guess good thing I did, and I didn't get induced into the shorts because buyers were in. And then how we doing today? Did we cut that overnight view up, or we come right back down? So ES is still above it, and Q still holding right at it. We got about 30 minutes to the open, and then we'll jump over to ASFX TV. Like I said, we'll probably let the first 15 minutes shake out. I could obviously see this as being this week's next higher low, just because it's same thing. I'm not bearish here yesterday. Could definitely be a higher low. Above overnight view up, and we move higher. So even though it's been all sellers overnight, if it breaks above the overnight view up here, I could absolutely see the next higher high. I think that's what ES is already doing. Yeah, already took its overnight, so now it just looks like, all right, higher highs and higher lows. So let's see if shorts can step back in or what wants to happen. What's up, Caesar? Trev got into a short later in the day and lost. Later in the day, I mean, if it was later than my trade, not to be a dick, but it was probably pretty bad if I had to guess. Because I mean, at that point, you'd be shorting it, I guess, over here later in the day, and that's like well above this overnight view up where I'm long in it. You know what I mean? Like the longs are in as long as you're above overnight view up and New York. And from my guess, it looked like you are. So I'll just check that short. Ooh. Let's see, short later in the day. Yeah, where would that be? Just fighting the trend, trying to call the pullback. Those are gonna be tough. Those will be tough. Those will smack you. So that's like me kind of yesterday trying to, if I did, chase the shorts here. It's like the trend actually isn't bearish. You're trying to fight it, trying to get it to turn around for you rather than just follow the wave. Oh, earlier than mine? Yes, I'm probably in there then. Yeah, then it's a good lesson on sticking to that 15-minute bias. Like I was saying over here on the 15-minute markup. It's like I'm just not really bearish yet. We're still here. I see we're below this view up, but that's just not where my best shorts come from. My best shorts would come if this does break lower and I let it pull back. And then it does move lower again. I short it on its way down. So just wasn't sold on the shorts yet. But it could have been if they broke lower, I'd be like, okay, now you give me the information I need to short it. Let's ride. And then we got news at 10 o'clock today, Jolt job openings and services PMI. So hopefully maybe we can find a trade in between the open and then, but if not, we'll wait till after. Got a full stream today. Randy will be on, Austin, James, everything. Got bored and it caused me to get into a trade. Yep. Gotta just step away. Didn't lose huge though, so I just have to learn from it. Yeah. I mean, anytime you feel like you just want to do something, you need to do something, it's definitely the clearest sign to just walk off the desk, take a break. And that's even kind of yesterday at the open on the long side of things. The first break of open range was ripping. This is on a 2 minute. And so you just feel yourself. I think Randy also did like feel yourself wanting to participate, get on it. And so he was thinking about longs. Thankfully, he didn't because it comes back down. We're just like, this isn't the best setup. That's not where we normally long it. Could you do it today? Could it sometimes work out? Sure. Never say never. But it's like just recognizing, like, I'm just talking myself into this because I'm bored. I want to trade. I want to get into something. I'm tired of being flat. That's not a reason to get in just because you want to feel the rush of being in something. So good lesson. We'll bounce back from it today. Yeah. And like I said, it was weird with the stocks. They were moving down. Look at Nvidia yesterday. It's like I'm long. NQ with Nvidia moving down like this yesterday. Pretty weird. Microsoft was up. Google was down. Meta was choppy. Amazon was up, so I guess some of them were covered in the afternoon, but like Tesla down, stocks were just not in line. But we're right at this view up, so we just got to see what happens at the open. We're 30 minutes away now, so see what these next two 15-minute candles wants to do. And then for anyone that's new or returning, like I said, we're going to be jumping over to ASFX TV in about 20 minutes or so. Austin's going to kick us off over there. You guys could all join for free. Going to be doing a giveaway on Friday for some top one account. But you got to be a member, and it's free. So just become a member now. You get the first month free. You can tune in all January. And if you need a top one account, you can still copy trade up to 10. I know many people aren't going to do 10, and that's absolutely fine. I don't think everyone's ready to copy 10 accounts, but you can copy up to 10. So if you have 4 and you just want 2 more, 3 more, you want to copy 8, whatever it may be, you can all the way up to 10. So if you need a new one, code Evans running 40% off right now. So that's the current sale, the best deal that they got right now. Yeah, very weird, Trev. So why are these stocks moving lower? And of all days, that's the day where the opening range first break runs when stocks are moving lower. Riddle me that. Look at this consolidation. We know Randy likes to trade those first couple minutes of the open. Asia, what the fuck is this? That is horrible. Doesn't break out until 11 p.m., which again is only 8 p.m. his time. So I guess he's seeing that, but that's not a beauty. Point wise, what did we move? Top to bottom on ES today, 15 points. Like I said, this first 10 minutes where Randy might have been trading 4 points, just so not ideal. Sarah says, do we join with the button on YouTube? So if you're watching on YouTube, I have it definitely in my links here, or you can go to my Twitter and find my link. But either way, you can just type in ASFX TV and then you type in code first if you want to join. Otherwise, yeah, it should be in my YouTube descriptions and things like that. And you're watching on YouTube, so yeah, somewhere in there. But let's see, no new high of day, which is like yesterday's high as well.
What's up? Can you hear me chewing? If you can hear me chewing, I'll stay on mute.
I hear the rapper. I hear everything. Yeah. Any questions before we jump over ASFX TV in about 30 minutes? We went over today's price action, went over yesterday's and last week's trades. Top one sale still going.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens are out of the playoffs. John Harbaugh's fired.
How do you feel about that? That's sad.
Know. I was like, yeah, it's
sad.
fine. But then I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, oh, he's such a nice guy. Like, look at all the memories
sad.
we had.
And I was going to say, bro, there's memories there.
17 years.
I know you're young and you don't feel it as much, but as you get older, you'll be like, oh, dude, like when Aaron Rodgers retires, I'm going to maybe cry.
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird.
18 years. I saw like his
like my
introduction
whole
video.
Watching of football. Yep.
Like his intro interview when he was hired. I'm like, dang, look at that nice young guy. I mean, he'll get swept up. The Giants, it's crazy. He's the leading favorite for the Giants now.
I think the Giants head coach might get hired by the Eagles.
Who is their head coach right now?
DeBoll.
Dable? He's been fired.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're on the Eagles sports radio this morning. You know, I like to listen to the sports radio.
As your head coach or just help?
No, as offensive coordinator.
Yeah. So like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he came from. Like, what his past experience is.
Alabama.
Is it?
Yeah. Dable worked with Saban, I'm pretty sure.
I guess everyone did at some point.
You got to follow that guy, Biggie or whatever his name is, I talked to you about before. He makes the Saban videos. They're so funny, bro.
Might have seen. Is it like a blonde guy?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I think they were saying like the Ravens' favorite on Kalashi at least was like the Browns coach, Stefanski. I don't know if I love that. I know he won like Coach of the Year a couple years ago, but like the Browns are dog water. I don't want that.
I'm sending it to you on Instagram right now, bro. Go watch it. So then you'll know who I'm talking about. This is the guy I always end up talking about. He makes the funniest Saban content on the internet by far. Morning, everybody. AJ, what's up? Trev, what's up?
That's not who I was thinking of, but yeah, I've seen like all types
He's
of
good.
college football, SEC football content. Yeah, he's hilarious.
I'm actually still sitting in my short
Yeah,
from earlier
got to
this
stop
morning.
up there.
Yeah. So I was zoomed out a little bit this morning, getting ready for stream. Good news, Austin. Why are you trading on Trade of 8? They migrated me over last night. So I took
Oh
a
wow,
daily payout yesterday. We'll flex that on stream up to 27,546 now. You can see yesterday, January 6th, took 535 out. So took the daily payout, cleared the account back after our win on stream, or right after stream, I should say. I'll go over that once we get going. Hit that, took the daily payout. They migrated me over. So now I'm trading on Trade of 8. So we back.
I didn't
So
even process that. I saw your markup, I didn't even think like, oh, that's on TradingView. That's strange.
yes, we're back. So then this morning I was zoomed out looking at the RTH because yesterday we were saying how could be a little rangy. I feel like we definitely broke out of that range yesterday. So then I was just looking back on the 26th, which was Friday, the day after Christmas. We set a high that we have not retested. We're close to it. Other than that, I don't see much in the way. So that's why I was zoomed out looking to all-time high. So I
Yeah,
marked that level 93, and then the all-time high is up here at 12, 70, 12. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm looking at.
yeah.
So I
We were
think
like
my,
25 points away from it there for a second.
I'm going to try to get out of this trade with as small of a red as possible and then just get into the New York session flat. You know what I'm saying? Did you
I
get
was
this
showing
nice
your
new
trade
graphic for top
yesterday,
10 futures? Oh,
surviving.
which one?
I was
Which
showing
one?
like how your stop loss pre-market yesterday survived. You got out break even before the open and it went higher. So it's
Oh,
like treat it as
yes,
two
yes,
sessions. Your short
yes.
pre-market, okay. See how you can manage it, but the open can come in and change things up.
This was the trade I took after stream. So
Yeah.
we get that big impulsive move. We get the break under the VWAP right where you said I'm going to get stopped out where you're going to want to get long. I started getting long here. I put 5 contracts on there. I added a contract, just one there. And then I knew my exit would be here at New York VWAP. It ends up going higher.
Yeah.
So then I did the podcast yesterday with Brian Shannon, and he starts talking about SPY yesterday. And he starts pointing at my trade as where he would get long. So I started smiling so big in the podcast. So I was like, no way. So he then I'm like, all right, we got to derail the podcast for a second. We got to go over the trade because I traded that today and I want you to critique me. So I showed him my entries here. I showed him my exit on VWAP. He loved my exit. He said my exit was very good. And then I showed him my perspective on this basically on the first trade of where to be long. He would say he was saying 51. I was like, I think I'd be in at
Well,
like
that's what we
55
want. It's
on the
just mid
close.
candle.
Right. He likes the stop at the opening range low. He approved of that. And then he showed me on this move yesterday, the 2-minute trail worked really nicely. It got you out of the trade like up here
Yeah.
on the 2-minute trail. And then I was explaining to him how I'm like, sometimes I question myself, Brian. I'm like, should I be holding these trades for the bigger move? And he was like, no, because when I showed him, where's the markup I had? This. When I showed him this, where here's my trade from like overnight VWAP and previous day, he calls it 2-day VWAP into New York VWAP. He liked that. And then he said, yeah, this is just another trade. So it was interesting to like sit there and go over a trade that we just did on stream with him and then get critiqued by him and him saying to me, no, like that's exactly the way I want you to do it. He's like, you should see if buyers come in and defend there. Sellers are going to step in at that New York VWAP. It never just rips it. And then he got even more granular with me. And he was like, look at how this he called a trap move. When it breaks the VWAP, people will buy this and they'll get shaken out here. That he says that will stop people out because they'll have tight stops here, here, here. They'll get stopped there. So he says, like, yes, this is the prices you want to be in at here as we start to make that structure. But he said, more importantly, draw a simple trend line there on those lower highs. Once that's broken, mid bar here is where he would start to build his long. That's what he was saying. Because look, you get lower highs there, but also get higher lows coming off the bottom here and here, right? So then we got even into the granular of the pins and shit. And I was like, all right, now we're deep down the rabbit hole. At the end of the podcast, I was like, if you're a VWAP nerd, you fucking loved this podcast.
Oh
If you're
yeah.
not a VWAP nerd, you left 50 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying?
Their loss.
Yeah, they're lost. So
Yeah, I took a
that
similar trade. I
podcast
had
will be
this
out in
one
2 weeks.
where I added in just to make you proud. But same idea, like you're talking about
Uh,
this bar after I got back into profit.
yeah.
That's where this note comes from in live time. I was like, not able to get below. Like we're still not making lower lows yet. So like just chill. Nothing's happening against your idea of shorts. I might eventually win, but I'm not getting new information to predict that. So just sit through this. Sit through it
Yep.
for 10 more minutes. We're back above New York. So good for me.
Yep.
And then didn't ride it all the way back up to the highs, but that's what I
I
do
mean, you
like
did
about
well.
even
You
this
you
setup.
said it on your
Get
on the
back up
stream.
to
You
there.
said I have to probably trade this twice.
Yeah, I was like,
So
I'm not short biased yet, but you guys
right.
all were. It was tricky because Nvidia and
I
stocks are
wasn't.
moving lower. So I
I
was
wasn't
like, I
short
see
biased.
it.
I was with it on the longs. I made money on
Yeah,
the longs.
you just didn't like my long, which was like,
No.
really? Like, it's off New
I guess
York.
James in that
Yeah,
moment,
the
James had really
stocks.
convinced me the stocks thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
wasn't married too long into it. Like, well, let's see if the stocks win it and we make a new low. Then I'll probably say shorts are in. But this 15-minute markup, you could just see it's like that's the cleanest higher low we've ever had off of overnight. Like, I
Right.
got to be long somewhere down here after that pop, retest, pop again. So good day, made back the loss. Back to back green days to start the year on this week, as well as on Friday. But
You see,
after that, I think that was
look,
really it, like move wise.
yeah, it didn't. Well, it extended
I think
higher,
it
and I
closed a
talked to
few up.
Brian. I talked to Brian about that too, like using a handoff. And he was explaining to me, we'll go down the rabbit hole maybe a little bit more on this during the stream today. So, everybody, if you're watching on YouTube or X right now or Facebook, go to the link in my bio on social, sign up for your first month for free. Come hang out with us. You'll see. We're going to take some trades together today, I'm sure. And we'll deep dive maybe a little bit more of what Brian was sharing with me on the podcast. The podcast, I saw someone ask, when will it be out? It won't be out for a few weeks. We have a podcast with Ace going up to Saturday, and then a home team podcast with the boys after that, and then the Brian podcast. That'll be later in January. He also agreed that of the last 20 seats that we need to sell, he will give away a signed copy of his book uh,
Ooh.
at the seminar to someone who buys one of those last seats for the boot camp. So, yeah, we talked about the boot camp like for like 10 seconds. I was like, Brian, I don't really want to make this a sales pitch because people will stop listening. I said that in the beginning of the podcast. I was like, let's just, hey, everyone, here, if you buy a ticket, next 20 tickets, going to get a signed book. Come to the boot camp. Want more information? Here's the website. Go. And then we just went right into the VWAP questions because it's easy. He said at the end, he was like, yeah, this is not work. He's like, this is so easy. So I can't wait for the in-person, like chopping it up with him because now I know him so well. He's the only guest I've had on. I had him on episode 74 and episode 174, and then another one in between there. So this will be the fourth episode. And I know like how to set him up to make it valuable. So I think that's going to be probably like the low key best part of it. It's not like I pulled a keynote speaker that I've never spoken with before. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that could be trickier. You have to be a really good interviewer to make that valuable. But this will be so easy. Specifically, like I know he will want to talk over charts. He won't just want to talk with nothing and a microphone. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I need to set him up to be able to show his screen, show the way he talks over the chart. That's where he does his best work. So yeah, it's a really fucking good podcast. It's an hour long. People are gonna
Yeah.
love it.
I mean, if there's anyone to have recurring that much, I would be him,
Mhm.
especially with what we're doing. But this was just like the
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
last note on yesterday's trade on just like how less stressful it is once you do wait for the break above New York, right? Rather than sitting through chop down here, which is still viable. That's what I was doing. Once buyers take back New York, now it's
It's just
more
so much
likely that
better.
buyers are in and just it goes from there. So
What do you think about my trade here? Do you think I stay in this until market open? 15 minutes. Try
15
to get up this.
minutes.
I'm down $140, bro. We're not sweating a big position here. So like,
Tough.
yeah, yesterday Isaac was going off about how the pre-live account, he really doesn't like the pre-live account because the contract size is capped. And I'm like sitting
Okay.
there and I'm biting my tongue because I'm like, I like that the contract sizes are capped because I can't blow out this pre-live account, bro. Like it keeps me trading it. Cause like imagine like I got 3 payouts already on the daily payouts from this thing, right? Like look at I got the
Well,
picture
how do
here of all the
you
payouts.
get access to more contracts? Build the account?
I don't know the answer to that question. I could find the answer to that question if we need it, but I
It's
would
just
guess
like
it's asking
they
the
put,
risk team and then and they're going to maybe say build the account. Yeah.
yeah,
But
they're
if I'm
like
taking
improve and
daily
earn.
payouts and proving I can manage the capital, I would guess I could argue with them to get more contracts without building a buffer.
Exactly. I think he
I
just
already had
wants
the
it
buffer
immediately, but it's like, you just build up to it. You'll soon get more and more wiggle room, and they'll let you free.
because like from their perspective, dude, look at it. I've taken daily payouts now on the 29th, the 2nd, and the 6th. So basically in a week, I've taken $1,200. So if I keep doing that, how many weeks are they going to let me just take $1,200 a week out of sim money into real money before they go, we're going to give you more size, we're going to move it to live before something changes? Probably not long. That's my thought. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? So
Yeah. especially when it's like a clean route to there. It's not like, oh my god, he's winning 30% of the time, but he's somehow like taking the
No, and
payouts.
like
It's like
his
very
his argument
slow and
was
methodical.
his argument was about the freaking like there's no path to real live, and I'm like, well, I think there is. I just think many people, as Clay was saying, many people screw that up. There's like
Yeah,
no one really speaks about the fact that all these people that have been moved to live with a prop firm inevitably lose the money. So it's inevitably hurting the prop firm's P&L, the bottom line. If prop firms are just throwing money into accounts for people and they're inevitably losing them. So you'd think the pre-live is their way of preventing that. That's what it seems like.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, bro, they paid me out. Like, I'm looking at it right now. Yesterday, payout was submitted at 11:30, paid out by 12:08. So 30 minutes. So it's like you're paying yourself with the pre-live, with the daily payouts, you can pay yourself 30 minutes after the session. Money's yours. It's basically like having your own money in your own brokerage account.
yeah.
It's
Like
pretty
sports
fucking sick.
betting. Once the game's over, it's cashed out.
Thanks, buddy. Good reference.
Yeah, it's just like you don't have to wait. Oh, I gotta wait till the dashboard updates, and then once the dashboard updates at 6 o'clock, then I can request it, and then it's like no, it's over
You
with.
think we'd get more
Take it.
viewers on the streams if we did more gambling? Like, do you think we would get more viewers?
I mean, if I hopped on here at like 8 p.m., yeah,
I think we come on
everyone's
at 8
down and
and
dirty doing it.
play minds. You know what I'm saying? We can look at Asian session and play the mind game. You know the mind game where you have
We
to
could
like
just do
click the boxes.
24-hour stream. Someone's always hopping on.
Someone's always going to hop on. 24-hour stream is crazy.
How much can we lose in 24 hours? Come tune in.
Yes, we'll get ready to get the stream going. I'm going to do the giveaway because yeah, the chat stepped in and really saved the day yesterday with the Trust Pilot. The story was we got knocked to 4.8 reviews because someone left me a 3-star review, but they really wrote 5 stars in their 3-star review. This guy Dan. So Dan ended up knocking our score to 4.8, which we were not happy about. But it shows the strength of our community that a bunch of people came in and left like 10 or 15 reviews, got us back up to 4.9. So that was good.
And he's the only one that could take it down.
Yeah. Yeah, Lewis left us a review. Rob left a really nice review. Dalibor Mookska. Fuck, dude, I definitely shit the bed on that last name. Booking flight to Sydney soon to meet and greet Dan. Yo, I didn't see that.
I didn't see it.
What, dude? We're right there with you, dude. We're right there with you. Patrick, thanks. Lewis, thank you. Been free month, changed my view of trading. Nice. No flexing Lambos. You want me to go get my Lambo out? I'll go get it out. You want me to whip it out? Great experience. Yeah, Dan. God damn it, Dan. Flag this fucking thing. Unprompted. Yeah, unprompted. 5 stars. That's not how it works, dude. That yellow is what fucks us.
That's strange.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So yeah, we're gonna do a free account giveaway. The point of me talking about this, we're gonna do a free account giveaway once we get on stream. The stream members on ASFX TV are the only people who have access to the giveaways always. We don't do the giveaways to the public. We do the giveaways to our members. So if you go to ASFX TV, we're going to take a break here in a minute, get that thing started up. I'll go get it going, Ev. Go here. You can see our stream schedule for the week. See our courses are posted as well. And the recordings of the previous day streams are there. So you can go and see the winners and the losers that we take every single day and check it out for yourself. So Ev, I'm gonna leave you. You get it popping with these people. Take care of them for a minute or two, and then I'll see you on stream. Are you coming on today? Or are you off?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's Wednesday. We're partying. Let's go. Hump day.
Uh-huh.
All right. See you on there, everybody.
See ya. All right. Quick question. Which is better to trade on TradingView or Project X? Well, Muslim bro, now you don't really have the option to trade on Project X. If you're trading with prop firms, the only way you could trade on Project X is with Top Step. I don't trade with Top Step right now, so which one's better? I mean, Project X goes down all the time. I know a lot of people like the easiness of just clicking and dragging stop losses on Project X if that's what you're into. But I like the simpleness of TradingView. I mean, you just create your order, rate limit, switch it to market. I'm long. Pretty simple. Easy to scale out of a trade. Nothing crazy. So I like TradingView, and it's your really only option right now. Like I'm saying, Top One Futures is running their 40% off sale with my code. So if you need an account with them, that's going to be ending soon as well. I know many of you missed the 55% off. So sucks that you missed out on 15% difference, but it is what it is. But the Ignite accounts, those are the ones that you can copy trade up to 10 accounts. Buy an Ignite account, you can see Project X is going away. I think you're not even going to be able to buy at a Project X in like 2 weeks, maybe even a week. So just get the Trade of 8 one because that's going to be your only option heading into January, February. But a 50K Ignite with my code becomes what? 40% off. So it's going to be a little bit more than we were talking about last week. It's 240. 240 to turn into a 1K payout. And then times what? 6 accounts? 7, 5, 4, 2. So still a great return. And then you're going to have a $1,500 buffer in there to hopefully take another payout. So that's also another appeal of it. You're not going to just lose the account most likely. Blue Boyd, what's up? Trev missed it. I mean, I promoted it out the ass. So unfortunately, I promoted the 55% off sale for like a week and a half because it was running through Christmas and I knew it was going down. So sucks. I'm sure they'll bring something back maybe in the spring or something. But yeah, I have videos on my YouTube about the Ignite accounts. So if you want to go watch that, it's Evan Dyer right here. The Ignite accounts here, kind of just explaining some of them. If you scroll a little bit more, 2 months ago, just top one futures rules in general, comparing the maybe multiple accounts. So if you're not sure what account you want to trade with, 2.6 of you did. So definitely go check that one out if you're confused on which accounts. And then Code Evan's still going to get you 40% off. So I have a question. I have a 1 Ignite and 150K funded on Top Step. Do you recommend get a payout first? This will be my first payout. And then get more accounts? So if you have a 50K funded on Top Step, I assume it's already an XFA, like it's funded. And then the Ignites are instant funded. So yeah, I would say trade those, get them up to payout. I was saying last week for many people, like you're gonna need another account soon, right? Not because you lose one, just because you're gonna want one. That's like take advantage of the 55 rather than just wait a week and then buy it at 40. But that's in the past. So to answer your question, yeah, I mean, we always recommend the Ignite account. So I'm glad you have one of those because, like I'm saying now, you can get to find out if you could take your first payout, build it up for $240, right? Last week it was like 180, so absurd. So it's like for $240, you can go try to get your first payout. If it fails, it's a $240 lesson. It wasn't 500, 700, right? So I definitely like the Ignite accounts. But yeah, I would definitely recommend just keep plugging away at that Top Step and Ignite. Try to get your first payout, and then you try to scale it into another one, 2 accounts. I mean, that's the safe answer, right? I'd make a shit ton of videos about like the copy trading and things like that. That you can copy trade up to 10 accounts right now, but not everyone should. So if you've never taken your first payout, don't just go buy 10 accounts at $240 for $2,400. Don't take a payout on none of them because they all got blown. There's $2,400 out the ass. You know what I mean? So it's like if you think you can take more payouts, if you've taken more and you want to scale now, hey, you could scale right now for 10 accounts. Like this is your opportunity. But if you're working on your first or second payout, scale is not the focus. Getting the payout is, so scale multiple accounts. If you're trying to get your first payout, I still like the Ignite accounts here because they're the cheapest. You think instant funded is the way to go as opposed to challenges? AJ, of course. I am never taking a challenge again unless you pay me. Why would I take a challenge? No. No, no, no. With instant fundeds out there and all the different types of instant fundeds with this cost, that cost, like challenges, no. I know some people like it because they're maybe cheaper sometimes, but it's like you fail it, you gotta buy another one. You're gonna end up spending the same amount you would have if you just bought one instant funded from the jump. And then I know Top Step had like an activation fee. It's like it adds up the same. If I buy a 50K Top Step and then activate it for 150, that's $200. You can just get instant funded for 240. Yeah, I'll spend $40 more to ensure that I'm funded, that I don't blow that Top Step one and have to buy another one. It's also just like a time thing. I'll spend an extra $40 to save myself time of a week of trying to pass a combine. I'm not wasting a week like that. What's the new top one? Oh, have I seen the new top one payout rules? I'm not sure, Trev. Which one are you referring to? What's the new payout rule. I trade so slow with monthly fees, challenges end up costing more. Yeah, there you go. Everyone's in a different spot of trading, but that's even another thing. With challenges, I never suggest taking a month. You should pass or fail a challenge in 1 to 2 weeks. There's no need to sit in one for a month when you spent $50 on it. That's just a waste of time versus money. You know what I mean? That's like I'm babying this account that cost me $50. Like, let's speed it up. Let's learn the lessons on. I blew it. What went wrong? I passed it. What went well? Like, let's keep it going. I don't need to like take one baby tiny trade a day and still have the challenge account a week, like 4 weeks later. That's just me, right? Especially when I'm talking about like instant funded save time. I'm not spending a month in a challenge when I could just buy my way to instant funded today. Waste of time. Will top one what will change? What will top one change after the Project X is gone? I mean, you're just going to trade on Tradeovate, like we're saying here. It's an option already. Austin just said his pre-live account got transitioned to Tradeovate. I could check the Discord, but we're going to jump over to AceFX TV here in a minute. That if you have a Project X account like currently on top one at some date in the future, I forget which week, it's going to just be migrated over to Tradeovate. You have no say in it. And the last day to buy Project X accounts is coming up soon anyway. So like that's why I just don't even buy it. Just buy the Tradeovate if you're going with top one from here on out. But yeah, they'll just get transitioned. I trade too conservatively to do a challenge. Just can't risk that percentage of risk per trade to do in a month. 20 days, 5% risk a day of drawdown. Not my style. Too high. I mean, I think 5% of the drawdown is too low. Blue Boyd. I would be risking like 25%. Just try to pass it very quickly or fail it very quickly. 2 weeks. I wouldn't say like days, but if you're spending more than 2 weeks in a challenge, it's a little slow. Just for the cost of, if it costs you like $400 to take the challenge, then yeah, take your time, pass it. A lot of them are like $18, $30, $50. Why am I spending 3 weeks on something that I spent $30 on? The fuck? I trade NQ and ES every day. I mostly trade actually NQ. So to answer your question, that's probably what I'll be trading today, liquid. But all right, we're over schedule. I'm gonna go jump over to AceFX TV. Austin's already live there. I'll give you a sneak peek. Refresh this. We go to AceFX TV Wednesday. Mute him. Come say hello in the chat. Austin's kicking it off. We got a lot of people in the chat there. Different people from the chat here. So like I said, first month free. It's going over his damn reviews again. Damn Dan, giving us a 4.8. But you can go to my Twitter, go to my YouTube, click the link. First thing you see. First month free. It plugs it in for you automatically. So you're good to go. You'll be a part of the giveaways today and on Friday, all the rest of the month. So hopefully I'll see you guys on there. I'll answer any more questions on there about top one, Flasher Club, anything. We'll answer some more questions on there, of course. Alrighty? So see you guys on there.